Yo, 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 yo. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Max and Juan cast. Max, how you doing tonight, my brother?
Doing good. It's an unusual Tuesday night one. How are you doing?
I'm good. Recovering from the weekend in Vegas. Pretty tired, I ain't gonna lie. I spent like 9 hours in traffic yesterday, um, going home. So not a good night, bro. Not a good night. Did not end well. But I'm here. I'm good. My voice is a little messed up because of the game. But I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun, bro. How was your weekend?
It was good. My team won Sunday Night Football. I didn't have to drive in traffic, and I'm just a chill guy. So
You just a chill guy.
yeah, put my hands
Oh
in my
my
pockets if you can
goodness.
see them.
Well, all the chill guys out there, man, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, bro. All right. If you guys love football content, if you guys love sports content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, comment down below any thoughts, opinions that you guys have. Um, let's get into it, bro. Week 12 in the books. A couple storylines. I think it's fair to start off with the Eagles, Max. I'm very curious to see what your opinion is on this team. I know how Philly fans are. I know how you are with this team. How it's, a lot of ups and downs, but they look good. Saquon Barkley looked really good. And what's your thoughts?
I thought about this a lot, and I thought I owe someone an apology, and it's usually someone I don't like to give apologies to because it goes to their head. But I got to apologize to Joey. A couple years ago, one you might remember, he said, "Man, if you guys could get a hold of an elite running back with that offensive line, the run game could be something like extra special." And I was like, "Yeah, you're right, but we don't need it, right? We can make it work with DeAndre Swift, with Miles Sanders, right? Went to a Super Bowl with that guy. We went to the playoffs with DeAndre Swift, but Saquon Barkley is another animal. Whether it's a reverse hurdle, 180 hurdle, or just first play out of second half, 75 yards. Then he gets another one. He's kind of that guy that we talked about with Tyreek Hill with the Chiefs, where it's like you could be playing a shitty game and he could just change it in one play. And I like what I've seen from the offense, getting under center more. I love seeing guards pull. I love Mekhi Becton's been playing his ass off, and hats off to the defensive line. And this was a good offense, man. The Rams are a good team. I just felt like Brandon Graham was kicking ass the first half. He's out for the year, which sucks. And I like our formula. I like how our team's playing. I think we're a legitimate contender as opposed to last year around this time where like the wheels were falling off. I feel like we're just getting stronger week in and week out.
Yeah. So I got two things. Number one, apologizing to Joey. That takes a lot out of Max, man. Admitting that Joey was right. But just to touch on Saquon, I completely agree with you as far as like that aspect of, the Tyreek Hill aspect where this guy can just take over a game. But I think more than anything, you guys have a finisher, bro. Like he's a finisher for games. And that's what I felt like that Sunday night game had. Like the Rams were kind of in it, they were hanging around, but that third quarter, it was like explosion, bro. And then the fourth quarter, like another explosion. It was fucking insane. And
Yeah.
that's what you get with Saquon, bro. It's like a legit finisher. Like finish off these teams. Don't let these teams hang around and have something crazy happen. It's great to see. It's one of those things, Max, where we think about it, we're like, hey, Saquon's been hurt a couple years. He's been behind a bad offensive line. And maybe we tend to overthink it. It's like, oh, maybe it won't work, Like even me, the DeMarco Murray situation didn't work out for the Eagles. Like he had a really good year and he went to the Eagles and it didn't work out. Like some way or another, it didn't work out. And we're pessimistic about it. But in all honesty, like it was just simple math, bro. Like good offensive line, great fucking player in Saquon. This is gonna work out. This is gonna fucking be really good. And that's what's happening. Like sometimes football is that simple. And sometimes we overthink it. Second of all, you said about being a contender. I think there's only two contenders in the NFC, and it's the Lions and the Eagles. I think it comes down to those two teams. I don't see anyone close to their level as far as tier wise. I mean, looking at it right now, like what maybe the Packers. I know the Packers beat the hell out of
Mhm.
the Niners, but I don't think they're on the Eagles level or the Lions level. Like I think it's those two teams, and then we'll see about these other guys. Like the Niners are falling apart. What do you think about that?
I would lump the Packers into. I think they're a really dangerous team. I think their best days are ahead of them. We've been overly critical, not us, but just the media was so really critical of Jordan Love and Malik Willis was 3-1, you're 2-4, whatever the bullshit they were saying at the time. But no, the Packers are dangerous to me. I do like our chances. I love our front on both sides. It's like I'm sure you would love this. You never get to see this. It's just you have a dominant unit on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
Like Jalen Carter to me has been a defensive player of the year type year. He has been tremendous. Maybe that's me being a homer. I know he doesn't have the sack numbers, but how many plays does he just ruin?
Yeah, disruptive. Yeah, he's disruptive as fuck,
constant.
dude.
And he's 23 years old, which is awesome. I just hope he keeps his head on straight. You know how he can be. He can be kind of he can walk that fine line of over aggressiveness and poor decision making. But
I think we've talked about
it was a good weekend.
I think we talked about this before. Like, who does Jalen like remind you of? Because you don't want to give him such high praise with Aaron Donald, but I do feel like you see little shades of like how Aaron Donald would like dominate at times.
I will say this: the only difference, he's stouter than Aaron Donald. He's not as freakishly strong. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't want to say like because Donald's only weakness, and it wasn't that bad, was the run game. He got moved. This dude's like 310 pounds. He's a hoss. Like,
yeah.
And then you see him do these slippery things in the trenches. And it's like, wow. Like, I love what Jordan Davis, how he's playing again. Just love the unit as a whole. And it really sucks we're losing our leader, Brandon Graham.
And you guys have arguably the defensive player of the year as a rookie. Or not defensive player of the year.
Second year, sophomore.
Defensive rookie of the year. And Quinyon Mitchell.
Yeah, he had an okay game. Like, dude, it's tough, dude. Like, McVay can get these guys open. Like, like we've talked about with corners. Like, if you give up some yards, it's no big deal. Like, you can't cover these guys anymore.
Yeah.
The route trees, the offenses, the motions, too extreme.
Yeah. And on the Rams side, it's like I still have faith in them to win the NFC West because the NFC West is just a fucking shit show right now. It's up for grabs.
Is.
Yeah, it's up for grabs.
They have been decimated by injuries and then tough schedule. Like, they played good. They played fucking good. It's tough, bro. Yeah. Eagles are a really good team.
They're very top heavy, like to the max, bro. So it's tough for the Rams, bro. They'll look to get back into it. Anything else on the Eagles tier list? Whatever. Anything Saquon? Nothing.
No. Right. I do want to continue with the NFC West because I think they're the most interesting football division of football right now. The Niners are dead. I hate to say it, but dead. They're done. Their injuries are a big part of it. Super Bowl hangover. Somebody in our DM said Brock Purdy was MVP. Book it. Not happening. Make an excuse. Go ahead. Whatever you want to say. It's been a hellish year. A lot of that's to do with injuries. There's no need to fire Kyle Shanahan. Can't believe that's a thing. It's just the lost year, unfortunately. Started off behind the 8 ball with McCaffrey, and I think they desperately need some depth. They've been decimated. They're really just decimated, and part of that decimation comes from they've been so good. It's Al Shahid Shire is gone.
Yeah.
You have other guys, just pieces you don't really think about, and you lose them. It's like, oh shit, Mike McGlinchey's not here anymore. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Hey, and Jawan Jennings probably won't be there next year.
Jimmy Ward, he's like another guy.
Jimmy Ward.
Yeah,
exactly.
Look, on the Niners side, man, I was thinking about it. I was thinking about that guy that you're talking about in our DMs that we go back and forth with. I remember something that he said early in the year where he was adamant about Brock Purdy could improve, and you were very strong about like I don't think he can improve, I feel like this is as good as he's gonna get. And you look back at this season, and I don't think Brock played all that bad this season. Like the games that I think he's played not better, but kind of like the same level. He's been running around. He's been throwing touchdowns. Like he hasn't been throwing like crazy interceptions every game. Like he's been playing the same exact way as last year. So what's the difference? And I think it's their obvious difference. It's like the injuries pile up. You're not having your all-pro players, and some of your all-pro players are not playing up to their standards. Like McCaffrey, He's coming back from injury, like you said, behind
Brandon
the eight ball.
Ayuk
Brandon Ayuk,
got
Debo, like I don't know what's going on with Debo, bro. Like Debo, I know he's been banged up and sickness in the middle of the year. Like, what is going on with him? Like, he's nowhere to be found. Like, Jawan Jennings is their best freaking offense, it seems like. And it's unacceptable,
well.
bro.
I just want to say let me pin it with from my end at least. Last year they showed like the all pros like in the playoff game, like the starting lineup and who's an all pro.
Yeah.
Ayuk, Debo, Kittle, McCaffrey, all pros. You're not your quarterback's not an all pro for why wasn't he an all pro? Because he is a product of your system, which is all good and hunky dory. And you probably could win a Super Bowl with the guy if you're healthy. But this is the line I'm trying to draw in the sand for people to understand, especially this guy. Like, dude, he's a middle of the tier quarterback. He's not Josh Allen. He can't make it. He's not CJ Stroud. He don't make shit. He can't make shit in the gold. He can't. So just it's okay though. And they're banged up, and that sucks. But if this guy was the MVP type guy, like top 5 quarterback, they would have a better record.
Yeah.
It's just a fact.
Yeah.
And pay him $60 million. It'd be awesome. I can't wait. Look how good he is.
It's probably the best thing to happen.
I'm shocked how bad they looked. Again, it's like, dude, Brandon Allen's your backup? Seriously?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy that they didn't start Joshua Dobbs, don't you think?
Yeah, I'm like, why would you start this dude? He hasn't played in 3 years.
I was talking.
Why?
I was talking to. Well, I didn't really talk to Joey, but he's in our fantasy league, and someone was asking like, why the hell aren't they starting Joshua Dobbs? And Joey was like, well, it's a guy that Kyle Shanahan can like kind of tell what to do. He's gonna do what Kyle does, what Kyle says. And Joshua Dobbs is more of the sporadic guy. He's gonna go off script. Kyle doesn't want that, and I can see that. I can totally see that. Those are aspects of Kyle Shanahan that, I tend to scratch my head at, but it kind of is what it is, bro. The offense is his baby, and he wants guys to fall in order. That's the way he wants it.
Do you think there's a genuine risk of a lot of turnover this offseason from them?
Yeah.
Like on the offensive side.
I think we say this every year, Max. Like me and you more than anyone, I feel like, because we've been talking about this since like the 2013 days. Like when the Niners were great, the Jim Harbaugh days. And we've always said it since then. Don't think your championship window is as wide as you think. That shit can close within 1 year. And everything looks dandy. Like you have young players, you have this guy, you have that guy. Oh, we have this guy signed. Just like that. Your window is fucking closed. And I can see that for the Niners. It's kind of happening. Like the window is freaking shutting. Now, yeah, is it over as far as the season goes? No, fuck no. They have a legit shot still to win the division. It's going to be tough, but they have enough talent to do it. But I don't see a world where I can believe in them to do it. Like I'm not seeing it. I'm just not seeing it.
Yeah. When I say they're dead, to me, I'm just like, oh, like it's a wrap. Put a pin
you don't
in
see it. You've seen enough.
I've seen enough. It's not even just the injury. Like even if Brock Purdy played yesterday, I don't think it changes the outcome that much. Like they're still going to get their ass kicked.
Yeah.
And like Kittle's banged up, and like to me, the writing's on the wall that Debo's wearing out his welcome. Like there can't be a talks of trade with him, and even the Ayuk stuff was weird, right? Like,
yes.
Hey, Trent Williams is 38. You think he wants to stick around?
Right.
Like I know we think he's going to play forever, but he won't.
Right.
He won't play forever.
Yeah.
He's not Jason Peters. We'll just hold on till the end,
Yeah. It's tough for the Niners, bro. I'm interested to see what happens. That's a very much intriguing.
If they're going to be the most interesting ass team of the offseason.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah.
If they shell out $50 million for Brock, say bye to half your team.
Yeah.
Say bye.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big deal, bro. We'll see if they keep Brock Purdy or they pay him. See what happens. Let's go on the Packers side. Okay, the team who actually won the game. They look dominant. This is one of the most impressive games that they've won out of the year. They came out and they ran the ball down the Niners' throat. I think that was probably the most impressive thing about them. Like usually,
they did a Niner thing to the Niners.
Yeah, usually they're
the Niners usually,
and usually the Packers are the team like, let's throw it around 50 times with Jordan Love. It's kind of like what they kind of did with the Lions, like try to do. as far as like throwing the ball all over the place. I know they got behind the 8 ball early, but still, like Jordan Love was trying to make plays. This was not the case. I felt like that Lions game had a lot of mental like doing to them going into this Niner game. Like, let's not let this game turn out like that Detroit game. As far as starting behind the 8 ball and Jordan Love having to fucking save us and play hero ball. Let's run the ball with Josh Jacobs. And that's what they did, bro. They dominated the Niners up front, bro. Straight up.
That was a Josh Jacobs game. You've been like, where is it?
Yes.
Where's it at?
Yeah.
I know he's had a couple other good games, but like this was really good. Kind of reminds you how good he is. I know you missed him since he left, kind of.
Well, look at the 3 running
Packers
backs.
dangerous.
Look at the 3 big free agent running backs. It was Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry, and Saquon Barkley, and they're all doing pretty fucking good. I know Josh Jacobs stats-wise hasn't been good, but I think the impact what Josh Jacobs just has on being on the Packers, like the numbers may not show how impactful he really is. Like Derrick Henry and Saquon, they're on a whole nother level. Like those guys are fighting to be the rushing champ this year. They're fucking amazing. But
yeah,
I mean, I don't want to make you eat your crow once again, but it's like the running backs were big this year. If you were a winning team like the Packers, you know, a good offensive line like the Packers and the Eagles and the Ravens, it's like, hey, these guys can be maybe a 5 or a 6 on other teams, but on our team they can be a fucking 10.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean, but I mean, the thing that sells me on certain teams, like I love Saquon, but if the defense looked like it did last year, I'd be like, oh, we're not doing nothing. Like this defensive unit, like Zach Bond, you're gonna think I'm crazy. He might be our best free agent. He has been tremendous.
Yeah.
Tremendous to that side of the ball. And like you've seen our linebacking play. Like we're bringing in Shaq Leonard off the street, like thinking that's gonna solve it.
Right. And
like,
Zach Bond comes to the fucking rescue.
There's always a couple signings. And, bro, it's crazy because I was like, Devin White, oh, my God, like, this is a linebacker. You're like, I bet he don't even do shit for y'all. Got cut. Didn't even play. 1 snap.
Yeah.
Didn't play 1 snap for the Eagles.
Yeah.
And then you got Zach Bond and Kobe Dean. And, like I said, Saquon's great. Derrick Henry's great. But, come on. Like, we knew the Ravens were going to be a good team. He doesn't, to me, be like, oh, now they'll win a championship. The Ravens' questions are still the Ravens' questions. Same thing with the Eagles. It's not a matter of the running back and the O-line. It's the coaching.
I still think
that's what's crazy about that's what's funny because the Chargers, you're like, oh, the question isn't coaching, it's talent. They have enough talent.
Yeah,
because Quentin Johnson was vintage. I don't want to shit on the guy. You know, he's having an okay year, but like you're kind of like, damn, is this going to keep happening to Herbert where he just throws rockets and they just don't want to catch him?
I mean, it was a tough look. I love to see it. I'm a Charger hater. I'm not gonna lie. I think they got outclassed. I think it was just one of those things where the Ravens like showed off on they're a whole different level than the Chargers. Look, the Chargers they're by no means a bad team. But like I said in the last episode, it's like they're a year away. They're a little bit ahead of schedule. You know, they've been beating up on some bad teams. The Bengals, as much as everyone wants to say, like, it was a crazy game, you know, they fought their demons and it was an impressive win. At the end of the day, the Bengals find ways to lose games. I felt like the Bengals lost that game more than the Chargers going out there and winning it. I hate to say that, but it's true. And I think the Ravens and the rest of the AFC, upper class, the Bills, the Chiefs, they're on a different level than the Chargers. The Chargers are not bad. I'm not saying they're a shit team, but they're not going to make any noise in the playoffs.
I agree.
They don't have the horses.
They're just gonna be a tough out. They're gonna be a really tough out that you have to come prepared. And if you have a fumble or two, they'll beat you because they don't really make mistakes. They just can't really like stop. Like they're the epitome of coaching, like scheme over team.
Yeah.
Because all they do. Like I can't like Harbaugh to me is like should be in the running for coach of the year. He's done a tremendous job because you look at their team, you don't see a lot of, like you said, horses. You're not like, wow, look at that receiving core. Wow, look at that tight end. Look at that O line. You're kind of like, how the fuck is this team 7-4? How are they 7-4?
Yeah. So right now with them dropping that game, they are 7-4. You're correct. So same record as the Ravens almost. The Ravens are 8-4. That's because they haven't had a bye week. But they're just the Ravens are on a different class, bro. And I think, like we said, they flexed on Monday Night Football. Let's go to the Cardinals and the Seahawks. Okay, so Cardinals lose to the Seahawks 6-16. Crazy Kyler game. I think Kyler finally had like his vintage, like, what the fuck is going on kind of thing. He threw a pick six. He threw another interception. Just not a good game for him. What was your overall thoughts on this one, Max?
This was kind of the egg I've been kind of waiting for from Kyler.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, we both been waiting.
Yeah. I thought this was a really winnable game for them, but they shot themselves in the foot. And I want to highlight one player, especially on the Seattle. You loved him last year, Devin Witherspoon.
No.
His physicality at the position is, I think, in a class of his own. I love how he plays, and I just want to highlight him. It's a good one for Seattle, and they're still alive. And Arizona kind of had a chance to kind of stomp their foot and be like, "Hey, we're the favorite," and they didn't.
No.
They didn't.
You can't trust anyone. Like, even though Seattle won today and they're at top of the division, I can't trust any of those teams. It's just
like I would have said Seattle was dead like 2 weeks ago. But like, they are crappy. Yeah. Like, they're too crappy.
Yeah. But they're all locked in at what? Is it 6-5? They're all locked in at 6-5 with Seattle at the top. But that Kyler game came alive, and that's why I do not trust the Cardinals, bro. I just can't. Kyler is just something about him that I can't trust. As good as he looked this year. I know it's just one game. Hey, you're shitting on it because of one game, blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry. We've seen enough of this from Kyler. And a lot of it before was like, oh, it's Cliff Kingsbury's fault. He's the problem. But it's
it's just, let's say we talk about the later it gets. He kind of his play kind of falls off a cliff the later it gets.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about Cliff Kingsbury and the Washington Commanders talking about falling off a cliff of play.
Jesus Christ. I think was unbelievable.
Yeah, this game was unreal. I was tailgating during, most of these games going on, so I had to go back and rewatch a lot of stuff. And I just looked at the score. When I was in the stadium, like, I seen that I was like, damn, the Cowboys like low-key beat down the Commanders. And I go back and I see how it happened at the end, and it was absolutely insane.
They're like 21 points scored in the last minute and a half of the game. Like, I think it's like Dallas scores, they get the ball, they get an 80-yard touchdown, which Dallas really is not a well-coached team. Like, again, I want to point that out there. And I know Jerry Jones is like, he's a Super Bowl winning coach. Let's give him a fucking extension. What have you done lately?
Yeah.
Second of all, I knew that kicker was going to miss. I was like, something about this just doesn't seem right. Throwback to anyone who's old enough to remember this. I remember I was watching week 7, 6, like the last week of the season, the Saints versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Saints have like this tremendous 8-pitch play.
Yeah.
They get in. They have to make the kick to tie it, shank it.
I think it was Cardi, right? I think the kicker was Cardi. Yeah. John Cardi or something.
Yeah, 100%. And it's like, that's back when the kick was on the 2.
Yeah.
You missed that shit. Overall, I look at this game as kind of I still believe in Washington. I think we're kind of seeing their true colors a little bit. Like, the honeymoon's kind of over. Like, the Eagles kind of sent you back down, and then you lose a game you should win. I mean, obviously, you're still like loving what your season's been, right?
Yeah, you're playing with house money at this point.
Yeah.
But a lot of fans don't think of it like that. So they were 7-3 at one point, and they look like they were controlling their own destiny, like catching up to the Eagles. The Eagles have, they're showing them like, no, you're not ready for this kind of thing. They got to play the Eagles again. I want to take a look at their schedule. But I think the main topic, as far as what everyone thinks about, is Jaden Daniels, and I think he played well enough. I know his stats were kind of in, kind of video game like at the
Titans
end.
And Saints, so 2 winnable games.
Yeah, 2 winnable games. They play the Cowboys again, so you would think that would be a win. So my question is, you got Bo Nix playing out of his mind. The Broncos are like 8-4. and the Commanders are 7-5. It's Jaden Daniels versus Bo Nix. Who's your pick? You're still sticking with Daniels?
I still think Jaden Daniels has been more impressive than Bo Nix. I'm not going to let recency bias sway me. Like, again, last 5 weeks of the year, if Bo Nix plays, like at an 8 and Jaden Daniels plays at a 4, then yeah, he'd win it. But I'm not willing to write off everything I've seen, especially with. I would say it's been a little bit more impressive from the Commanders side of things too.
Just on what he's dealing with.
Yeah, kind of. I like Dan Quinn. You think he's a fine coach, right? But he's not a mastermind like Sean Payton. And even Cliff Kingsbury, I'm not like blown away with. So again, it's close. I think Drake May is playing really good. Like, I know they lost last week, but to the Dolphins. But I kind of like what I've seen from all the quarterbacks. Like, even Caleb Williams, I know we want to shit on him because why? Because they're not playing well. Did they lose again?
Yeah,
I think they won this week.
No, they lost.
Who did they lose to?
They lost to the Vikings. Remember.
Oh yeah. Well,
so it went into OT and they lost in overtime.
Oh yeah. Oh God. Can we go to that game?
Yeah.
Are we good with Dallas? Yeah. Let me just make a note. Sorry. Caleb Williams he flashed like everything you love and hate about him this game. Like, that sack was the most inexcusable sack, but he's a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
That's something you learn from. So I feel like we're being overcritical of the Bears and we're being undercritical of certain other teams, like the Niners. No one's like, "Oh, Niners are playing pretty bad," but everyone's like, "Bears suck."
Mm-hmm.
Well, why do you think that is?
Well, I think it's your resume. I think it's your resume. I think it's success resume as far as the Niners go. They have proven, they've been to Super Bowls. They've been in this position before as far as struggling. The Bears haven't been there. The Bears, we got nothing to say that they will turn it around. All we can do is just look at how they're looking presently. And I know it sucks to say that, you use the past to judge a team, but with the Niners, it's 100%. And on the Bears side, I agree with you, Max. I don't think Caleb has been playing all that bad to be labeled as like a bust or anything.
I think Shane Waldron clearly was the problem. I feel like their offense the last 2 weeks has looked a lot better.
Yeah.
And dude, the last throw he made, like the 20-yard in cut, ripped it over the linebacker. I'm like, that tremendous. Yeah. It's a tremendous throw. That is like not many guys in the league can make that fucking throw, and we just shit on him because he's playing on a bad team.
And I would say this, if I had something to say about Caleb, is that maybe there is a ceiling here as far as him being like a Hall of Fame type guy. And I know that's unfair to say because that's crazy to put any type of expectation like that on a guy, but it's just hard because his floor, as far as what we've seen, I really don't think he's gotten all that much better to the aspect of like a guy like Bo Nix. I watched Bo Nix live this weekend. I was blown away. There was just stuff that like I'm looking at him and like remembering the preseason and then early in the season stuff, even his Oregon tape. Like, I'm just seeing this stuff. I'm like, holy fucking shit, bro. This guy is just burning with fucking confidence right now. He is ripping the ball.
I guess the argument would be this is like year 6 playing quarterback, and for Caleb, he's played 2 years of college football.
It's very true. Bo Nix is an old ass senior.
That's what I'm saying though. Like, the argument's going to be like we talked about, like a finished product coming out versus the potential. Because I mean, obviously, Caleb Williams can get a lot better.
Yeah.
But I would honestly kind of think that about Bo Nix too. Like, I'm still like kind of like, damn, he's
getting better. He's getting better every week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And to me, I can see him winning it. I can see him winning the Offensive Rookie of the Year. Mm-hmm. If Jaden just falls off a cliff, he just keeps on losing and losing.
And hey, the Bears could get hot, and Caleb could win it too. Like, Bears win out.
Well, the Bears are what? Where are the Bears? The Bears are 4-7. That would be crazy.
That's what I'm saying. But like, it's pretty tight right now. It's anyone's award. Like, if Caleb Williams comes out and balls out last 5 weeks, it's his award.
Yeah. You want to talk a little bit about Drake May? Drake May.
No, not too much. I just think he's further along than I thought.
Yeah. Okay, I got a topic for you. Let's talk about the Dolphins. I want to get your thoughts on the Dolphins. So the Dolphins are 5
I
and
really have
6.
nothing to say about these fucking guys, but okay.
The Dolphins are 5 and 6. They've won 4 straight, I think, 3 straight, 4 straight, something like that. They beat the Patriots 34-15. They're hot. They're hot right now. What do you think of the Dolphins, man? Are you buying this? We said that they were done.
No. They literally, yeah, no, they are done. They're not. They're playing the Packers. They'll beat the Jets. They're going to lose to the Texans. I really don't really buy them as anything. Sure, they could sneak into a playoff spot. They're not good enough to win. That's just my opinion of it. I don't really have much to add. I don't care that they beat down on the Raiders and the Patriots. They had a 3-game win streak and they beat the Rams, who are a good team. That's a good win.
So you can look at it. So you can look at it like this.
And they've played good for 5 weeks. Like, I get it, right? Like, they almost beat the Cardinals. They almost beat the Bills.
Yeah.
But they are a good team. But I just don't like. They've just went through too much this year. They're not going to do nothing. I really hate to talk about them because I think they're just so overly talked about, and it just pisses me off because there's so many teams we don't talk enough about in NFL, right? Like, for instance, the Bills are flying under the radar, and I get they've been at the center of the conversation for a long time. Denver not getting the publicity still, I don't think.
Yeah.
But we talk about Miami because they have big names: Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Tua. So I really have nothing to say about this team. I think they're overrated. Typical. They don't get the job done. What the problem with it, one, is when it's nut crunch time, they never do it.
When they
so why would I think this year would be any different?
We'll see, man. I think they've been playing pretty well. I think Tua's been playing pretty well. I like Devon Achane.
He has. He has played better since he came back.
I like what they're doing with Devon Achane. Their defense still scares me. I just know this. I am back on them as far as being a playoff team. Like you said, they still got to answer some questions about beating like the Bills and stuff. Those divisions.
The division's wrapped up.
Yeah, the division's wrapped up. If they lose, the Bills can clinch with a win. That's how early they're going to clinch. But if they can beat the Packers on the road, this is a cold game. You know, it's on Thanksgiving night, primetime game.
I will say this. That would change things. That would
change things.
That would change things.
But
man, you got to hope the Packers are like celebrating that Niner win like way too much.
Look, everything points, Max, to like the Dolphins losing this game. Tua is dog shit when it comes to cold weather. He reminds me of Derek Carr. He's just one of these guys that struggle when the cold weather comes, and it's proven. Like, he just does not play good. They're not meant to play in the cold. So it's going to be cold in Lambeau. They already said it's going to be a cold game. It's going to be a primetime game. This is a must-win game, and this is usually when the Dolphins fall straight on their face. So we'll see what happens. Right. It's gonna be a really good game. It's the best game on Thanksgiving. I'm excited to see it. We'll see what the Dolphins do. Let's stick in the AFC South, and then we'll go on to some other stuff. The Titans beat the Texans, Max. What the fuck's going on with the Texans? Why did they lose this game? And they're so lucky that they play in the AFC South.
Yeah, I want to point back to something you said. They can't win a game like just blowing the team out. It's always ugly. Look, I think the Texans' problem is the defense, as crazy as it sounds. And I think the coverage to me has been a little less than this year. I love the names, right? You love the names on there. You love D'Amico Ryans. I'm not saying they can't win it all, because I don't think they're a true contender, but they have the talent to contend, right? They have the talent to beat anybody. They have the talent to lose to anybody too. And that's what's scary about a team like this. It's just kind of what Texans are you going to get? Because they didn't look that great against the Cowboys until the end, right? Like, they kind of poured it on late.
Yeah.
So they had a lot of missed opportunities. I know CJ Stroud had a couple bad plays, but you can't let the Titans do that shit to your defense. Come on. That was horrible. They had so many chances to win this freaking game, and they were just like, no, don't want it.
Will Levis threw like the funniest pick six and he was running to go
Oh
catch
yeah,
the
when he threw
guy.
the pick six, I was like, oh, it's over. They got him.
Yeah,
Ladies and
I don't
gentlemen,
know,
we
man.
got him.
The Texans are confusing the shit out of me. I feel like I gotta go and look at some film as far as like, is it CJ Stroud? Is it him? Is it the offense? Or like you said, maybe we should go back and watch the defense and be like, yeah, this
Like Tony
defense is not
Pollard,
playing.
119 yards. Like, no, can't happen.
Yeah.
Not that team.
So they still
And
have
like, dude, Chigo Kwanko had one catch for 70 and a touchdown. Like, that can't fucking happen ever.
Yeah. Yeah. So they play Jacksonville next. That should be a win. They got the bye week. And then they finish off with this. It's a tough schedule. Just put it in perspective like this. I know you don't like the Dolphins. Let's say the Dolphins win that Packer game. And everyone's on them. They play the Dolphins, then the Chiefs, then the Ravens. That's
Thank
tough
God they're in
sledding.
the AFC South.
It's tough
Thank
sledding
God
though,
they're in
man.
the
They
AFC
can
South.
they can
Oh
go.
yeah, no, it's tough. They go 0-3. They
And
fuck around.
and this is where if you're a Bronco fan or a Charger fan, you're licking your chops because you can potentially get a playoff win because this will be the seeding. That whoever gets that 7th seed or no, the 5th seed or 6th seed, whatever the way it works, they're gonna wind up playing this AFC South team. And it's gonna be the Texans. Everyone's gonna want to play the Texans because of how much they're struggling. And honestly,
the 5th seed.
You said what?
Wouldn't the 5th seed play them?
I think it is the 5th. Well, is it the 5
Well,
against
it
the
depends
4?
where they finish.
5 against the 4?
It's 4, 5, 3, 6, 2, 7.
Yeah, so assuming that the Texans are the worst team out of the division winners, they'll be the 4th seed.
Whoever the 5th seed is, it's like licking their chops.
Yeah, so that'll be Baltimore.
Could be Baltimore.
That'll
be Baltimore.
A rematch of last year. So we'll see what happens. I'm kind of curious to go back and watch some stuff that's going on with Houston, but it's not good. You should not lose to the Titans. That just should not happen. All right. Any other games, Max, that you wanted to talk about? Anyone that you wanted?
A player. How about a player?
Shoot
How about Bryce Young? Have you watched it?
I've been very curious. I've been very curious. You watched every snap?
Watched every snap. Well, all the passing.
Tell me.
Like it looked better, but part of me thinks it's kind of like smoke screen because it's like clearly they don't believe in him, right? Like,
why do you say that?
Because they benched him. They fucking benched him for Andy Dalton for no reason. Like, could just let him keep going. Like Anthony Richardson, you have a total excuse to bench. Like, he's played 10 snaps of football. We have Joe Flacco, who was really good last year.
Yeah.
But it's clear as day to me. Like, they didn't believe in him.
Well, just to go in more into your point, Max, they didn't start him because Andy Dalton was bad. They started him because Andy Dalton got in a car crash and he couldn't play.
Correct. See, they don't exactly. And he made a couple high-level throws. The game was close. There was also some bullshit throws. Like, there was one throw where he had it was Adam Thielen slipped out of the pretended to block or some shit. No one covered him. 45 yards. Inflated stats. Like, okay, that's not sustainable. He did play a little bit better under pressure, I'd say.
That's a confidence thing. I think that's a confidence thing.
Overall, I mean, this was the best game by far. That's not saying much. I read today on NFL, or yesterday, he threw his first career touchdown pass against zone coverage last week.
No so I'm way. Like, where'd you read that?
NFL.com. Read it. Wild. I was like, no, fuck
That's true?
Like, no.
Is that very true? That's kind of crazy, bro.
Yeah. Swear to God. I was like, I read that. I read it. Maybe I'm misremembering. But I was like, nah, I can't buy him. Can't buy him at all.
Oh, man. I'm kind of curious now. I kind of want to go back myself and watch it. Because I did see, that game came down to the wire, you know? The Chiefs barely squeaked that. Typical
fucking around.
But yeah, Bryce Young, I would say this, the little snippets that I did watch of him, it just looked like a guy throwing with some confidence, you know? Just
it did. Yeah.
The under pressure stuff is where you see a guy's confidence. Like when he is shook, when you see a quarterback shook and his confidence gone, the pressure is at an all-time high. It can just fuck up everything. But when you got some confidence, it's like you're gonna deal with pressure a lot fucking better. And I just see that from Bryce. And I understand what Max is trying to say. Like, he still has problems, bro. He's still short.
Yeah.
Like,
He's still a munch.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Look, they've been playing really good these last 4 weeks. They haven't got blown out really.
Oh, I know what I want to talk about. Oh, you just reminded me by saying that. I'm sorry. Can we talk about Daniel Jones, please?
Let's do it.
Like, I just want to say, fuck the Giants. Like, just way to railroad the guy. Way to railroad him. Just good job. Malik Neighbor said, like, oh, dude, Daniel Jones is here. Look what happened. We still got beat by fucking 25. Good job. Good job.
To me, it's like
awesome.
Yeah, I agree with you. But
I hope that saved your job, Dayball, or the GM, whoever fucking made that shit happen. Good job. Way to blame the guy because he got a big contract because he played fucking well for you. Got hurt because you couldn't block for him for like 10 fucking years. Like, dude, he has 8 interceptions and 7 picks. They act like he's thrown 20 they act like he was Carson Wentz the last year with the Eagles where he had like 13 picks in like 2 games. Like, this is ridiculous to talk about this guy like he's the reason why they suck.
Scapegoat.
That's bullshit, man.
Look, I'm
sorry.
I
don't even like Daniel Jones like that, but I just can't believe they railroaded this guy to take the fall for their bullshit.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared about Dayball. Like, I hope this is not a Dayball move. I hope this is like an ownership thing and coming up from the top, and he has like no control over it. But to throw salt into the wound even more to all those guys on that team that go out there every fucking Sunday, bro, and lay it out all on the line. For you guys to start Tommy fucking DeVito when you have Drew Lock as your second quarterback all year, it's a slap in the face, bro. Like, why would you give it all out like for the team when you're not even trying to win? This is a tank job. We always say it like NFL teams don't tank. It's like an NBA thing. The Giants are actively trying to tank, and it's fucking ridiculous.
2 weeks ago against the Commanders, 20 for 26, 174 yards, 2 touchdowns, QBR of 75. Like, and this guy is the problem? Like, you guys suck. Like, I'm sorry. They just got their shit kicked in by who did they just get their shit kicked in by? I'm drawing a fucking blank.
They got the Bucks.
Yeah, the Bucks. They're not that good. The Bucks aren't that great of a team to kick your shit in. If you just competed with all these guys, I'm like, man, y'all just railroad this guy. Good job. I hope they fucking suck.
Hey, Raiders, sign Daniel Jones. Fuck it. I want a dub.
I'm sorry. I don't know if you agree. I don't know if everyone agrees. I just feel like this is such a railroad.
Well, you've always been a Daniel Jones guy. You're not in love with him, but you've always thought that the Giants have more problems than Daniel Jones.
How many years did you watch and you were like, they can't block anything? Like, dude, Saquon Barkley couldn't really run for shit, huh? That's weird. Daniel Jones' fault? Is it his fault? You can't fucking run?
Yeah.
Like, he took you to the playoffs, bro. Like, and your team wasn't that good with him. Like, he was playing great, and he got fucking hurt because you don't protect him, and now it's his fault. I just hate that.
I hate
that.
I forgot who said it. It was some NFL player. He gave up a good point as far as like what the Giants are doing and how it's gonna fuck them in the aftermath of it, as far as tanking goes. Like, free agents are gonna look at that team and be like, "Why would I go here? Why would I go to the Giants?"
Bro, you can see the players, like Malik Neighbors have said shit. Like, people are done. Like, I think Dayball's pretty much done. And I really like Dayball. No,
and I don't know if this was Dayball's not done, though. It doesn't sound like the writing's on the wall.
I think he's fucking done.
Well, I hope he is done because I would love the Raiders to hire him as head coach. But
you're out on AP?
I'm out on AP, bro. I'm out on the fucking everything right now. I can't wait for you to like look at the vlog. I did like a full-on vlog this time. I interviewed some people and I'm doing like raw reactions to the game. And I'm just like there's decisions that AP makes, bro, and I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, for instance, first drive of the game, okay? Minshew fumbles, first snap, okay? Somehow, some way, the Raiders managed to get past midfield. They're at like the 43-yard line. And it's 4th and 3. And you punt the fucking ball. It's that type of shit, bro. Like,
They didn't kick it? They didn't kick a field goal?
no, they punted it. They fucking punted it, Max. And you lost 7 straight. And it's 4th and 3. And you know your offense is probably not going to get here again during this game. And you fucking punt the ball. To me, AP's decisions, bro, has been like a coach that doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. And honestly, he sold Raider Nation a fucking lemon. We got sold a lemon car. All this hoorah about him being a leader of men, that's all good and all. But at the end of the day, you do need to know X's and O's. And he's a lemon. He's a fucking lemon, bro. He's a great positional coach. But as far as what I've seen, I'm sorry, bro. I know the Raiders are bad. I know they're bad, like, talent-wise. But there's just some things where he makes it even worse because of the coaching decisions.
How's Max Crosby? Still
He's a dog. He's a fucking dog. I feel so sorry for Max Crosby. He
looked great in Honolulu blue.
Shut the fuck up. I was fucking off myself. Straight up.
Don't ask him what happened with Khalil Mack, guys.
All right. That's my little Raider rant. Hopefully I can get out that vlog to you guys. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. I think it's some funny shit, bro. I went around, Max, and I asked people about, what's the objective for today? You want to tank? You want to do this? You want to do that? I got some pretty funny responses, bro. I had this one guy that was like pretty drunk, and he was like, I want to tank. I want a quarterback. I'm like,
Shador.
Yeah, Shador Sanders is going to fix all our problems. Dion is going to fix all our problems. Bring the fucking circus to Vegas. Fuck it, bro. I mean,
I think you guys should bring Shador Sanders, bring Dion, Coach Prime. You should be sponsored by Prime. That's all you guys should drink. Let's call it a fucking...
call it a day, bro. Fuck it. Let Vegas be a fucking circus once again. All right. I think that's going to do it, though. Any Laker corner, any thoughts? They lost to the Suns tonight.
Yeah, not tonight. It's Tuesday. We only do that on Mondays, Laker corner.
So, look, this is coming out on Wednesday. I just want to let you guys know. Most of you guys are probably going to be watching this on Thanksgiving, probably. So, look, I hope you guys are enjoying your guys' Thanksgiving. I'm super thankful for all you guys, all you guys that support the channel. Grateful for my boy Max, my co-host, man, riding with me for all this time. Just everyone that's supporting the channel, whether it's an Instagram like, a YouTube view, a YouTube comment, whatever it is that you do to support the channel, I'm truly grateful, bro. And I'm thankful for all you guys, bro. I really am. I hope you guys have a safe Thanksgiving. Hope you guys eat some bomb food. And hopefully we get to watch the Packers demolish the Dolphins so Max can have a great time.
I'm not grateful for any of y'all. I hate all y'all. I hope the turkey's dry. I hope all of y'all like have a game like the Raiders. No, I'm kidding. I don't
Oh my goodness.
I'm grateful for y'all too. I hope the turkey's moist and good and delicious.
Nice and moist.
I hope your team doesn't play like the Raiders, play like the Eagles.
Yeah.
Shout
out to Max.
Grateful for y'all.
Shout out to Max. I told Max this story, but Max for years, bro, when I've been going to Vegas, he's been asking me, lay a number down on roulette for me. Do a bet for me. And finally, this time I said, all right, I'm going to do it. I did it before I left. He said, put 30 on 30. All right. Mind you, I've never played roulette in my fucking life.
Yeah, he was asking me how to play fucking roulette. And I'm like,
I don't know. I've never played roulette. I'm not a roulette guy. So I go to the dealer and I tell her, like, all right, can I get $30, please, in chips? She's like, okay. Once she gives them to me, I'm like, I want it all on 30. She's like, you want it all on 30? I said, yeah, give me all of it on 30.
What hotel is this?
This is the Harris.
That's the scene.
Harris.
Oh, yeah.
So there's an old man right there that's been playing roulette probably for fucking 9 hours straight. He looks at me and he's like, you sure you want to do that? And I'm like, yeah, I'm already dead inside. And I pointed to my hat and all my Raider gear I had on. And he's like, fair enough. Ball lands on 2. I said, all right, boys. Looks like I'm out. I'll see you guys later. And I lose $30 on the spot because of Max. All right. Because I suck at
Shout out to
roulette.
me.
But
It always works for me. I play one number to start and I always win. I don't know. I get lucky.
Yeah, Max is lucky. That's why. He got the Armenian
Last
look.
time, you know, it was crazy. Last time I went to Vegas with my friend Tommy Alexis, couples trip with Ashley. I was like, pick a number. I was like, what's your birthday? He's like, 8. And I put $100 on 8. And he was about to tell me move it to 9. And it was fucking 9. I was like, oh.
Man, that
sucks. I was like, oh.
That sucks.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We had a few numbers later. We watched this one guy just fucking crap out. He kept adding 0 like a fucking.
No way.
Yeah, he must have lost like $5,000. I was just like, it's fucking hot. And I'm just winning. I'm just like looking at him like, come on.
That's hilarious.
Come on, dog.
All right. Well, that's going to do it, guys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to like the video, comment down below. You guys have a happy Thanksgiving. Be safe out there. We'll see you guys next week. All right. Peace.
Big dreams, everything ain't what it seems. Glittering gold, both ways. Not on my team. This organic, we don't buy.